Greetings and welcome to Digital Continent. My name is Father Andy Blaszkowski, pastor of St. Luke Catholic Church. Today I am with Steve Eiswert. Steve is the youth director in our parish, but also a teacher at Annunciation Catholic School of the Social Studies and known as Mr. E.
Yes, thank you, Father. Thank you.
You're welcome. Steve, good to have you with us this morning. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day.
Yes, I know. I hear it.
With bustle and hustle of this day, where millions of love letters are written, cards sent, gifts of gold and diamonds, chocolates, berries, roses, as the world indulges in the $21 billion industry. How this all came about, what I wonder about.
Well, this was not how it was in the beginning. We really stems from the story of Valentine's Day comes from Saint Valentine. So we have to go back 3rd century Rome. And there are some conflicting and differing stories out there, but a lot of, we can settle on some major kind of themes and events in Valentine's life. One, he is credited with and known for, while being on house arrest, it's good to note always that 3rd century Rome, not an easy place to live as a Christian, okay? A lot of persecutions going on. So Valentine was living actually with a judge under house arrest, though, and he was, he actually healed or gave sight to the judge's blind daughter. And through this and his words, he actually converted this Roman judge and his entire family. And that's a very famous story. And so we see love there as healing that Valentine shows us. And then there is the story of also being arrested for marrying couples in Rome. The emperor at the time had made the Christian marriage illegal. So he had to do that secretly, not only marrying, but preparing these couples to live a life, as disciples of Christ. So he does this, he's arrested for this, and he is given an opportunity to renounce his faith, and he doesn't do this. He is beaten with clubs and beheaded.
Wow. Wow. So his martyrdom, it is a powerful witness to what should he be remembered as the whole, idea of what we celebrate on Valentine's Day, that is kind of captured in the sense of love, of what is the sense of courage and compassion and integrity of his life that is expressed in what? In the life of Christ himself, right? As the sacrificial, selfless, and unconditional love. And I think this is the message that somehow I think throughout the centuries get a little, overlooked, confused.
Yes, it seems today, and I'm a married man, have 2 young children, and there's a lot of pressure, on the radio and TV. It's just like buy, and gifts for Valentine's Day, and you kind of forget, And so what I feel like a lot of times is that we almost replace the real love, this sacrificial love, this courageous love that Christ shows us, that Valentine showed us that we should be living. And instead we think that by giving a more and more expensive gift or the more chocolate, better restaurant, that tends to replace it. And we take that one day, and then maybe we ignore other days to do those things. So not saying that it isn't a smart idea, because as a husband, you should give flowers, you should give chocolate, but that should complement the real, the love. And perhaps as a married man and woman, you can, choose to do other things together with your prayer life. Maybe,
Right. I think you're touching a very, very important point that, we don't want to dismiss this celebration that kind of came about of genuine gift and rose or whatever. But I think the more important, aspect of this day should be that recommitting yourself to the pledge to love the one that you either committed for life as a spouse, or maybe you have a serious relationship that you live by, and offer this sense of promising unconditional love, that thanking them for the love, and in that sense to celebrate them in the context that would reflect more of our Christian way of life. As a priest, I would strongly encourage maybe to go to Mass. Why not? A beautiful opportunity. Maybe, if Mass is out of the picture because of your work schedule, maybe we can stop by and visit the Lord and spend some time in adoration, or just get together as a family to offer a prayer. Maybe just spend some few minutes and times to pray together. I think in that context of understanding of when the Valentine's Day comes from, I think this beautiful, again, roses, cards, dinner, glass of wine, all beautiful, no problem. I hope you're going to have a good one too, Steve. But I think that's ought to complement this day in the way of how we will live our faithful call to discipleship of Jesus in that sense of virtuous way of life.
I was thinking as you said that, also with our children, those of us with children in a married couple, in a marriage, you see those children, if all they see is one day a year,
right,
here's a bunch of chocolates, it kind of becomes the way they see it too. But instead, if they're seeing us pray together, if they're seeing us, in those ways, it's also great for raising your children. So you can think of Valentine's Day also for what message are we sending? Are we only doing chocolate and nice dinner, or are we also, growing in our spiritual relationship and so forth? So.
And I think this was the intent of Valentine's from the beginning, was to structure the family unit in the way that would be authentically sounded in that selfless and sacrificial love that in the definition that we understand is to do what? To will the good of the other.
Yes.
And it cannot just happen on the 14th of Valentine's. I think that would be silly. And I think I say it with utmost respect. If we just, live our lives kind of awkward and we don't talk to each other, and then 14th of Valentine's Day, we spend a couple $100 because this is the thing to do, and then tomorrow or the end of the dinner, it goes like, okay, well, let's move on, That would be silly. But rather, to regroup and to regain the true meaning of that day. That there's to return to that courageous, compassion, life of integrity and love that flows from the celebration of St. Valentine's, and complement with those beautiful gestures of kindness, of flowers and chocolates and dinner that will really enhance and help to transform the relationships that we have or you have already established. You need to remember that, it is the commandment of the Lord who tells us what? That to love one another as I have loved you. This is really fundamental. There is no greater love than to lay your life for the sake of your brother or sister. And this is, I think, the example that Valentine's left us and worked tremendously for him. Well, maybe this is what we may embrace and do the same in our lives as we celebrate Valentine's Day this year. So we wish you a blessed one. I hope you will celebrate and you celebrate well. And may the intercession of this great saint guide you, protect you, and bless you. We will see you again on the digital continent. God bless.